guys, it's your girl Winifred Ben, and I'm here today with a Get Ready With Me video, and I'll be talking about my divorce. Why am I single? Like, what happened, girl? 2 years after marriage, and like, you're back into the market. Like, babe, waiting happened. Give us the gist. So today I'm going to tell you guys everything. Well, maybe not everything, of course. There are things that are very personal that I'm going to be keeping to myself, but I'm going to be giving you the, summary. At least by the time I'm done, you will get the gist, like, of what really happened, and that will be it. So I'm also going to be showing you how I achieved my look, and I made this hair at home, guys. What do you think? Okay guys, welcome back. So today I said I'm going to be discussing my divorce story, what happened, why I'm single, okay, after 2 years of marriage, guys. So I already kind of drew my brow off camera, so I'm just trying to apply my concealer right now. So I went in with this Milani for under my brows here, my brow bone. Then I'm going in with my foundation. I'm using this Niovi foundation. That's what I use. I use foundations because eventually when I blend my foundation out, everything kind of blends. So I don't like seeing those lines above the brow or even beneath it. That kind of really shows, okay, she conceals. So I like my makeup to always come out natural and all that. So anyway, I was talking about divorce, right? I filmed this video like maybe like 7 times or 8 times, and they never made it to the YouTube, because I think that was God's way of telling me not to communicate the wrong message or not to put out the wrong content out there. I've did different types, like the ones when I was really angry and you could feel the anger in the video. I'll talk about what all the nonsense my ex did and everything. The other one I tried to make it mild, talk about myself. Other times it could be the lighting or the sound, like something always happened that made the video never make it to YouTube. But you know, today I believe that I'm ready. I'm in a better space mentally to actually tell this story. And a lot of time people believe like, okay, this is something personal, like you don't even really need to share this story and everything. But like a content creator, and part of my content is my life, like what's going on in my life. And some of you already know that like I'm divorced, while others wonder, and a lot of people have also tried to ask me like what really happened and all those things. So right now I'm actually ready to talk about it publicly, because I already talk about it with a lot of people already. So I'm ready to talk about it publicly and kind of you know, get it over with. And the truth is, I also believe that my story can also, you know, serve as a source of inspiration to others. I know that a lot of people already have videos about divorce and everything, but I also believe that my content is unique, and I also have my unique audience, and there could also be unique people, specific people that maybe have had similar situations that I have, and that really God wants to reach through me. So my story can either make you decide to stay where you are or decide to walk away based on your priorities, right? And so generally I just believe that my story will inspire someone, and I hope it really does. Really, that's the focus of all this, really. Okay, so let's get into it. What really happened? So I still have a little bit on my, I'm just going to use that. Okay, so what really happened? I'm going to, before I really kind of dig into, try to elaborate, I'm just going to tell you the summary. The summary of the whole thing is that I married the wrong person. That is it. You know, like I've come up with so many things. He was this, he was that, he was this, he was that. I was this, I did this, but like in the end, the only thing that makes sense to me is that I married the wrong person, period. So that's just it, really. Because in the end, there is, I would like to say this, like, when it comes to relationship, love, and all those kind of things, there's really no strict rule, you know. Everybody's story is different. So I'm going in with this Santi, like all my makeup things are just broken all over the place. So I'm going for a nude look because of my outfits. Okay. When you marry the wrong person, like there are so many things that will go wrong. Because in my case I'm lucky, really, because a lot of people, there are many people that went through a divorce and they got off with a lot of baggage, a lot of hurt, some of them had needed therapy to get over it. Like, some of them were traumatized, some of them came out with wounds, some were almost killed, some actually didn't even get to make it to divorce. They just lost their lives because of whatever they were going through in their marriages. So I actually see this divorce as a second chance, like God giving me a second chance not to make mistakes, not to ignore his voice of warning, second chance to heed his instruction and, to do what he asked me to, because truly God loves us, and he will not purposely lead us into something that will hurt us. And one of the biggest things God did for us is to give us a choice. Because we have a choice, really, it's not like we blame God for things that happen to us, but like most times you made the choice, right? You made the choice. So if we can learn that, it will really help us in our journey of faith. Okay, this is my BH palette. So I'm going to go in with like one of these brown shades. And because of that choice, really, if we as Christians still can learn to take responsibility for our actions, because like he said it, you will reap what you sow, but like it doesn't have to it doesn't necessarily have to deal with sin. Like when you steal, you repeat, or when you kill someone, it's just the choices we make. Like, he's going to he'll present his own, but because the devil doesn't naturally want us to work in line with the will of God, he will keep presenting you with something else that is not what God is giving you. And most times he tries to make his own look more attractive or palatable, or he will present it before the one God is sending your way comes. So if you're not careful, you will actually even think it's coming from God. And that's why you have to have the spirit of discernment. You need to listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit in you. Seriously. Well, of course, for those of you that have the Holy Spirit, right? So you need to listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit in you to discern when he is telling you something, when he's saying, this is not from me, like walk away from this and all that. So, and I think I got that, at the early stage, but I didn't listen. Really, I didn't listen. I don't know how my ex views the whole divorce thing, and honestly I don't even want to talk about him. If you leave me, I will totally eliminate his name from this video, but like I really can't do that, because that is what is part of the story. Like the story is us, right? So I married the wrong person, and when they say ignore those signs you ignored at the initial stage will still be the reason why you will end up divorcing. That is exactly what my story is. If I may not be able to be elaborate about all of them, but I can talk about one, like an example, and this is related to my faith, but I'm not going to tell you our own exact story. Okay, we're both Christians, really, but then our ideologies and mentality about God, serving God and everything is not the same. A lot of people feel like this doesn't matter, but I feel bad that I let it happen to me before I learned it. I already knew somehow that was it, but I don't know what kept telling me that we will make it work. I really don't know. Maybe because initially, maybe him too, he also had hopes that he would change me. I don't know really. I want to assume maybe that was his hope, that he would change me. And me, I was hoping that it's not going to be a problem. I wasn't looking forward to changing, and I wasn't going to force him to change, but I was hoping there will be an understanding, like we'll reach a compromise, like we'll be able to balance it in a way that everybody has respect for each other's belief. So if I marry a fellow Christian, even if we are not in the same church, even if we don't have the same pastors, we don't believe in the same things, like I just thought that it would work. While I think, because from my experience, that's why I think so, he thought he would change me, like he could change me either by force or by manipulation or by sheer like trying to convince me like this is not the way. So somehow I think he thought he could change me, but then some of us, our beliefs are so strong and like strongly embedded in us, like it just can't go away. And the only way, if you find yourself in that situation, the only way to make a relationship work without like ruining the whole thing is don't marry someone that doesn't believe in the same thing as you do. See, for instance, I really commend President Trump for opening up churches and calling them essentials. Faith, our faith is a very essential part of our existence. Like, you can't tell me anything. I don't know why people, when anything that has to do with God, people try to play it down, but there are some things about life you cannot do anything about. No matter how you try to wipe out Christians, persecute Christians, there are some things you can't take away from us. Our faith, both as Christians and people that believe in other religions or other gods or whatever it is they believe in, it's a part of their existence. Like, you can't remove it from their life. It's as essential as food and water. The only thing is, our faith is in our heart, is in our spirit. Like, we don't need to eat to have faith. I don't know why he thought he could change me. I don't know. Like, he is someone that is very highly opinionated. Like, if he believes in, if he says this thing is green, for that opinion to change, heaven has to come down. So I don't know. Maybe he thought his will overcome my own will, and then I'll eventually change and everything. So that thing really affected us. And during the course of the marriage, like, I stopped going to church. There was a time for 3 months, I wasn't going to church. I changed church. I changed up to 2 churches. Nothing worked. Like, and anything that affects my faith, my life would just be like, everything that happens to me, I'll just feel like it's because I don't have a close relationship with God. Yeah, some of you will say churches, when you go, it's not in buildings. I'm telling you the truth. It works for people that believe in that. If you're someone that believes church is in the heart, you don't need to go to church to be saved. You probably, this kind of man will probably work for you. But for someone like me that believe I need to go to church, like, I know that I carry God everywhere I go, but the Bible says not forsaking together the gathering together of saints. It didn't say the gathering together of husband and wife. It didn't say gathering together of brothers and sisters. No, but gathering together of saints. Saints are your brothers, your sisters, your husband, your wife, your friends, your neighbors, people in the street, strangers, that you people come together to fellowship. Not just people you know. So when you tell me church is in the heart, I don't need to go to a building to serve God. It works for you, so probably you need someone like that. So that one was a big problem. Initially it wasn't, we're just navigating through life, but it's affected us. It's there are things that okay, let me use an onion for an example. Like, you keep peeling it up, it keeps opening up, and until it becomes this big thing that you both find difficult to manage. So guys, I use some of my lip stains as eyeshadow. So today, because I'm going for a nude look, like a minimal look, yes, a nude minimal look, I'm going to be going in with this, guys. So this is from Classic Makeup, and this is a shimmery one, and that's why I love using it for eyeshadow, because it's shimmery. Marry someone that you don't have the same religious beliefs with. That was the biggest mistake in my marriage. The biggest. I'm telling you. I don't want to say he's an unbeliever or he believes in God, but the way he believes we should serve God is not the way I believe we should serve God. So that difference created a big vacuum between us, and a family should be able to pray together. When people don't have the same belief systems, it affects how you pray. And when you can't pray, you can't even join your faith. Like, oh my God. So that was like the biggest issue. And then there were other things. There was no friendship. You know how when they say some married people are the loneliest people. It's better for me to be alone, so I will know that I'm alone. You understand? But when you are married and you still feel lonely, it doesn't make sense. Like, what am I doing there? I was watching some of the interviews of for instance, what's her name? Ciara. So she was being interviewed about why she and Russell chose celibacy while they were dating, and she was like that okay, like that was what the interview was about. So she was talking about the waiting, when she was waiting and praying, she had a child and everything, and she was like that she didn't want to waste her life. She didn't want to waste her life, that she wanted to maximize life, and she wanted someone she would maximize life with. And I resonated with that. Like, you know, if it's the pastor preaching and they were like, preach pastor, like right up, but like that was Rema. That's exactly my story. I wanted to maximize life, and I needed someone that I would maximize life with. And it was not this person. It was not him. It was not him at all. Like, I tried for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. That's how long it lasted. I tried, but no, I couldn't give it 1 more year. I couldn't give it 3 more years. Like, people that stay in a marriage, like after 16 years, they are getting a divorce. I'm like, why? The divorce, not like there are people that, okay, after 16 years, he cheated, 1 cheating, or your wife cheated, 1 cheating, and you divorce her. Like, there were not a backlog of other events that caused it. Just that one is different. But there are people that they have been in a marriage, both male and female, suffering all physical abuse, emotional abuse, deprivation, not lack of support, so many things, and they stayed 10 years, 15 years. Some you see during these years they've had 3 to 4 children, and these children grow up seeing their parents, maybe the father or the mother, go through this abuse under their partner in the name of marriage. And we are wondering what is wrong with our world. We don't want to raise our kids in a certain kind of environment. I didn't want my child growing up and thinking this is how a man should treat a woman. I didn't think I was getting the best. And so, you know, I said the summary of the whole thing was because I married the wrong person. And like when you marry the wrong person, a lot of things go wrong. And that's why in my previous video, after putting out did this, I just like, this is not what it is. It's not because of him. It's not because of the things he did wrong or the things I allowed to go wrong. But it's because I was with the wrong person. And I think one of the things that made me realize it, because I have been in relationships where I felt love. So I know. And in those relationships that I felt love, it wasn't even the best of it. It wasn't even the best of it. Of course, that's why I'm not married to any of them. It wasn't even the best, but I know. Because that's why some of them, I'm friends with them till today. Because of course, he didn't treat me bad, but like we say, we know it's not a relationship that ends in marriage. So you feel like, okay, oh my God, this guy is really nice, but like, we are not good match for marriage, and so we part ways. But then I know what it means to be respected. I know what it means to be valued. I know what it means to be loved. I know what it means to have affection from my partner, you know. And a lot of these kind of things were absent. There was no friendship, you know. I've forgotten I'm making up, guys. So I'm using this brown under my eye, because either brown or something like this, like silver, because black often drips, like either from here or from here, and it's so annoying. So this also complements my look for today, so I'm just going to use that. So I've talked about 2 things now, right? I said don't marry someone you don't have the same religious beliefs with. Then I talked about there was no friendship, like there was no companionship. Oh my God, I don't know, guys. Honestly, like something I would say without kind of mincing words in this whole thing, I felt my ex married me for business. In all my life, from dating till I got married, I've never felt used and dumped. Like I'm not one of those girls that feel like, I can't remember any guy I can say he used me and dumped me, except my ex-husband. Wherever he is, eventually sees this video, I already told him that is how I feel. I don't care the stories he shares to people to tell them this is actually what happened, because the truth is, you know, when the Bible says hell hath no fury than a woman scorned, when a woman is unhappy, trust me, you will not get the best. You will not get the best of her character, of her personality. And even at my unhappy state, I don't even remember doing something so bad, because yes, when I'm angry, I could communicate if I don't call you or try to talk to you about it, I could send you a text, or anyhow I can communicate and say this is what I don't like, because I like to communicate. I think that's why I like to talk, because people feel like you should hide it. People don't need to know you are divorced. It's a secret. It's your personal life. Blah 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 blah. People should only know when you buy a car, when you travel abroad. Blah 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 blah. Like if you can't like me when I'm going through a hard time, then you shouldn't have anything to do with me when life is good, right? So I really don't care if you gossip about me, or you feel like you don't want to relate with me because I'm going through this. Like it could be you, like it could be anybody. Like no matter how smart you think you are, you could wake up one day and it's you. So we just ask God for grace, wisdom. There are people that have the good stuff, but they throw it away because of carelessness, greed, selfishness, so many other things. They throw it away. So me sharing my story and all that, and you feel like you won't talk to me because, you know, like people that put that the way they relate with you is based on how up to their standard they think you are, you know. But like I don't even want to go into that. So a lot of people felt like this part of my life should not be out there, I should hide it, blah blah. But I don't know how to do that. Like being someone that is a content creator, I create content. Like I found it the first few months that I didn't talk about it. Like I didn't talk about, like in few days now, I think it's going to be exactly 2 years since I have been by myself. Like I've been single, and so it was till my birthday that year. So like May, June, July, August, September, October. So like 5 months later or 4 months later, I was able to talk about it. And I think maybe those periods I thought, okay, let's wait and see if there'll be a change, if there'll be a form of, okay, I've thought about it, this thing doesn't make sense, you know, let's get back together. But it wasn't happening and everything. So I had to like share it, because online people kept telling me, wow, congrats, you know, when as a fashion blogger you post outfit like, Oga is doing well, or how is Oga, or you know, Nigerian people. I'm like, there is no Oga, there is no Oga. It's me and my God and my baby girl. Okay, nobody, there's no Oga. I'm just by myself. So I just needed people to know that, okay, this is what it is. And being that I'm also like interested in remarrying, like I also didn't want to, you know, word of potential you know, suitors or something like that. So like I just had to put it out there. I don't live a fake life. The only way I do, if it's not something I can share, I keep it myself. I hope some of the clips did not cut off, because this is my camera, I don't know what it was doing. Okay, so I was saying that a lot of people felt I should keep my divorce secret, like people didn't need to know, or people don't need to know, you know, whatever past tense or present. People don't need to know that this is what I'm going through. People like to rejoice at your sadness. If you rejoice at people's sadness, woe unto you. It's not me that said to do. It's in the Bible. Like you can't rejoice at people's sadness. Seriously, why would you do that? Even if you don't sympathize with the person, but like you can't go celebrating that. Like anyway, so I like to talk because talking is therapy, especially if it's something I can even keep a good news, I'm telling you. But when I'm going through a painful situation, or like that's why if you check out my page, when there's killings, like I can't just come and post fashion content, because like people are dying somewhere and I'm busy posting. I don't know, I just can't help it. That is just the way I am. So I like to talk, I like to share. And what it does for me, first of all, you know, when they say problem shared is a problem half solved. When I talk, half of the burden is lifted. Then I hear people's perspective. So I've heard people tell me it's my fault. Some people will blame you, but you know your story, and you refuse. You know, when you hear information, you sift it, remove the chaff, throw the chaff away, and take what brings you value. Hey guys, so I'm sure you know by now that I don't know how to fix lashes, so I've gotten someone to help me put it on, and kind of messed up my makeup, and I also forgot to apply my eyeliner before putting it on. But then let's see. So first of all, I'm just going to use this shade of my LA Girl nude palette. This particular one is almost the same shade with the lipstick I use for my eyes, so I'm just going to use that to blend out the lashes and also kind of cover up the excess glue that's kind of messing up the whole eyes right now. Okay guys, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is compatibility. I don't know, maybe it's my mind, but correct me if I'm wrong, and by this I'm talking to my ex in case he watches this video. I feel like he pretended until we were married, because there were a lot of changes, like things, you know, when I mentioned earlier about wanting to maximize life and I wanted someone I would do that with. There were so many things. Someone that watches movie, I like to go to the movie. If I'm not going to the movie, I like to watch movie at home, and this is like what I do for fun and what I do for leisure. And not being able to share that with my partner was a problem. But of course, left alone, that wouldn't be a reason for us to get a divorce. But you know how they say, when things start happening and you begin to weigh the advantages and the disadvantages, you begin to count almost everything. Do you understand? And because you want to really know, okay, is this thing worth it? Am I okay with dealing with this for the rest of my life? So I felt like I was dealing with someone who wasn't interested in shifting a little bit to accommodate me, to accommodate my idiosyncrasies, to accommodate my shortcomings, to accommodate our differences. You understand? Like, you want me to bend and change and shift and switch into this person you want me to be, but you're not willing to contribute to make me that person. That's one. Then two, you're not even willing to compromise a little bit. And anything I'm interested in is not a priority. Anything I'm interested in, like I want to do this or I need to have this, is not a priority, except you decide it's a priority. So I just felt like I wasn't being valued. I just felt like my needs were not important enough in that relationship. My needs were not met. Like, a lot of you probably know that I didn't do a white wedding. White wedding was a very important part for me. When I talk about beliefs, for instance, some people believe traditional marriage is not important. Like, white wedding is not important. If you and your significant other agree to it, if two of you agree that it is not important, it's okay. It's just like two couples that agree they don't want to have kids. Halfway you begin to change your mind, you want to have kids. It should definitely probably cause a divorce, because if the other person says this is not what I want, eventually, because now you're bringing in something you people did not agree with. So I wanted a white wedding. I'm a Christian. Yes, I already had the baby before my white wedding, but this is what I wanted. And yes, I'm not a saint. I misstepped, I misstepped because I didn't do that. My relationship, I don't know how to put it, if I would say in a godly manner. So those are things. And earlier on I talked about listening to the Holy Spirit and doing things according to the plan or will of God, and trying not to take what the devil is presenting to you before what God is bringing to you comes, because it will come with shortcomings, it will come with disadvantages, it will come with struggles and stuff like that. And these are the things. So why I'm bringing you by, so so just because of that, no. These are things that happen when you end up with someone God did not say you should. God did not send your way. My values in church, when it comes to how to get married, the protocols, the routines to follow and stuff like that, everything was relegated to the background. The white wedding was like, it wasn't like, I don't want to be one of those women that do their wedding after 5 kids and maybe you're now 70 years old. No. So I didn't want that. And when I bring it up, like, how can you tell me my wedding is not a priority? How can you tell me? Like, that is like, I wanted to wear that white dress. Oh my God. Do you remember those songs when we were kids? It's for those of us in Imo State, probably remember. White and white, it's so certain, my little Angeli's wedding today. Oh my God, from childhood, I look forward to the day. I said, I know it's an old song, but I said I'm going to play that song on my wedding day. That was the song they played when they want to talk about, like, on radio, like wedding announcements, people that are getting married like that. That was the song they used to play. So and then they talk about, here she comes in her wedding dress, looking like a queen. And I was looking forward to my dad walking me down the aisle. I mean, he's late now, but like, I feel like, okay, my brother will do it for me and everything. Like, I looked forward to that day, and you didn't make it happen. You were not planning. You did not plan. Like, I felt played. Like, the most heartbreaking part of my divorce was not, heartbreak, the love of my life. No, it's not it. I felt played. I felt deceived. And the fact that I said yes was the biggest. That was where I thought myself, in the end, you gotta blame yourself. You said yes. You said yes to the wrong things. Yes to the wrong kind of dating. Yes to having a child before your white wedding. Yes to so many things, and look at where you are. So as much as I was very angry with him, I also was angry with myself. Like, how did you let this happen to you? If I didn't say yes, I won't find myself here. I mean, I don't regret having my baby. I mean, I love my baby, but I told myself if I knew this is what this was going to be, I probably would have just had my baby out of wedlock. I don't know, some people now, I don't know, yeah, I know some people will come for me and say, is that the reason? Well, my dear, everybody has what they want. I want a man that is interested, that is big about giving me the wedding of my dreams. And trust me, it's not even big. Like, I don't care if you want to throw a big party, but like I'm a minimalist, I'm sure you know, but like I'm someone that even if it's just me, myself, and my family members, but I want to wear my white dress, I want to have a beautiful, cute wedding party. So whether you want it to be flamboyant, like big, let the whole town be there, or you want it to be petite, smallish, blah, 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 I don't mind, but I want to have that moment. I want to wear my wedding dress, I want to walk down the aisle, I want to say yes I do in church. I want my marriage to be blessed by men of God, to be blessed by ministers of God. I want to say my vow. I want to say I'm going to be a wedded wife, blah 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 blah, and I say I do. I want all that. Like, I want all of it, seriously. And I don't think it's a crime to want that. So telling you I want my wedding and you're telling me it's not a priority, like, what the hell? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, I've lost my cute slender body having a baby for you, change my name, literally leave my family. That's like, women, we sacrifice so much for marriage, and the fact that you're not willing to make that sacrifice for me, no, I wasn't going to have that. I wasn't going to have that. So those are some of the things, you know. So really, so I'm going to be using this, my Sarong Concealer. It's broken, guys, that's why I sealed it with sellotape. I've been breaking out this holiday, guys. I don't know what's happening. I'm kind of running behind schedule and I'm rushing, so my video will not be too long. So this is LA Girl Color Corrector, so I'm just going to use that under the eye here. I think that's the only place I feel like my face has like dark circles. That's it. And aside that, I have the spots, so I'm just going to blend that. I really like what this thing does. Like, you see how it kind of blends my skin? Like, you can't really see the dark circles anymore. Remember Niovi foundation. That is not my best eyebrows. I don't know what's happening today. My hand is shaky, so just bear with me. So, LA Girl, that's how we roll. I've not used any other concealer. Let's blend this shit. So, time to conceal. Honestly, guys, this is too much for me. I don't usually use this much. Guys, this is not my regular routine. I don't use this much. I feel like it's too much, guys. Oh my god. Okay, I wear makeup like this, like if I'm going for a wedding. That's the only time you see me go through foundation, concealer, blah, blah. I don't do that. On my daily makeup routine, I don't. So maybe I'll do another video to show you my daily makeup routine, how I do my makeup. I think that's like so natural. This one, what I'm doing now, I'm finding it very difficult. So I think I'll get back into talking. Makes it easier. And I hope my memory doesn't get full. I'm going to be using this Beyond Beauty palette. I'm using the face definer. Comes like this, yeah. So I'm going to be using the face definer and going in with this one here. So yeah, I've talked about a couple of things. I mentioned not marrying someone you don't have the same religious beliefs with. Then there was no friendship between us, you know, like I was telling someone I don't miss being married. I just miss the independence that comes with it, because of course as a married woman, you know, we had our own place, we had a car, you know, just, you know, living at least at that level, we're okay, you know, patching through life together. And I felt okay, we are building our dream through while I was married. Like a lot of things I love, like blogging, content creation, you know, it was as if I was on my own. I was on my own kind of, because I didn't really get much support, and I feel like those are some of the things that really set me back in my journey, because like nothing really beats having a support system. I mean, that's what has made me come this far, this period. And you know, then I felt so alone because I didn't have anybody like supporting me. I was just struggling, making a lot of mistakes, you know, like I don't even know how to explain it. I think the summary is just like what I explained when I said I was feeling lonely. I was feeling lonely, like seriously, I was feeling lonely. It was as if the only thing that brought us together as a couple was business, his business that I was running for him. The things about me, he wasn't interested, you know. Wasn't interested. Like if you're in a relationship and when you talk about the things you love, your partner tells you it's not important, focus on this other thing. I don't know. Except there is really other things you're gaining in that relationship that you feel it's the catch. But I wouldn't encourage you to stay with that person, seriously, because it's only a matter of time. Really, if you want to listen to me, it's only a matter of time. Like it's only a matter of time, and you know, you will see that this person is not really for you. Seriously, they don't care. So this palette, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this palette, right? This is the Beyond Beauty Professional Makeup 6 color face palette. It comes in 6 colors: light, medium, ebony, dark, chocolate, and deep dark. But like these three here, these two, they look like the same color, they look like the same shade on my skin. These two, they're supposed to be dark shades, the ebony and dark, but sometimes they kind of help me blend. And this is the brightest, but I'm supposed to really use it as a highlighter sometimes, but like it's in between. It's too light to use as my general face powder, and then no, it's too dark to be used as a highlighter, then it's too light for a general face powder. So I kind of combine everything when making up. So I'm going to show you what I do, because I've already used, I also use the ebony and the medium sometimes to contour, but because I've done that already, what I do to kind of have the color tone that I want to achieve, I use this one or this one for my highlight areas, and then I use these two here for my contour area. So let's get into that. So I'm just going to start with the highlight first. So now I'm going to go in with the dark shades. So what this does is, I notice it makes my face kind of blend with my neckline. So I don't have this awkward, very light skinned face and then a dark neckline. Take that into my ear. Are you seeing, guys? I don't know if you can see it. Oh shit. It also makes my head, my temple area to also blend in with my head, like scalp, right? I'm not going to do this again because it's distracting. I think I'll just rather do my makeup and chat. Because, whew. Okay, so I'm using the Milani Make It Last spray. It's remaining small. So I'm going to be using this same Beyond Beauty palette. So I'm going in with this. I'm kind of rushing because I feel like my video is so long. Smile! Okay, guys, it's time for the lips. It's time for the lips, guys. Let us get into those lips before we continue talking. So I'm just going to keep using this brown. These two shades, they are both from Beyond Beauty. This is 23 and this is 17. So it's getting dark, guys. I'm so sorry. I hope this video is not going to come out so dark because I mentioned earlier the weather has changed. Like I was using natural light earlier, but then the sun disappeared, so now I'm using artificial lights. I hope it's bright enough, guys. So now I'm going in with the color 17. So, would you wear this matte or with a gloss? I mean, I'm loving the matte look now, but recently I've been obsessing over glossy lips. I feel like I should add a dash of lip gloss to it. Okay, so I'm just going to use this classic makeup sensational lip gloss. Clean it up. Yeah. Okay, guys, our look is done. Now let's unravel this beauty. Okay, so guys, so this is my final look. I think I like it. Of course, after this I'm going to go take some hot photos, guys. Okay, so I already mentioned a couple of things, guys. I'm going to assure you, like, I didn't make a list because I told you earlier, like, I've made this video like 7 or 8 times and ended up deleting them. So I already kind of have everything like flowing naturally. So I mentioned that the summary of the whole thing is that I didn't marry the person God wanted me to marry. Like, even though I still don't know, because as at that time when I accepted his proposal, there wasn't anybody in the picture, like anybody had to say, okay, I left him for this person, or I chose him over this person. Like, there wasn't anybody. There was nobody that I could say that I could see that this is the person God was kind of directing me to settle down with. At that point, he was like the most serious person. He was like the person proposing marriage, and he seemed stable in life, like stable enough to want to make a family. So I didn't like, we ladies, we don't like, at least ladies like me, we don't like you can't just be in a relationship and say you're just chilling, you're just hanging. No, we like to have a direction, we like to know where we are going. Okay, like I'm coming of age, and it's time to settle down, and this person is okay, so I settled down. So I already mentioned, like, we didn't believe in the same things when it comes to religion. Like, we didn't have the same religious beliefs. We didn't have that friendship. There was no bond, no compatibility, and everything. And I mentioned also that I felt played. I felt like my marriage was more like a business arrangement, because like it was as if we didn't have anything in common apart from the business that I was running in his behalf. So that was like the only common ground between us. Like when it comes to church, to hobbies, watching movie, doing stuff, like we didn't have, like, I can't remember any memory. Like there's no beautiful memory I say, oh, I miss when we had this or when we had that. So the only time I can remember I have beautiful memories are just like even like before we got married, and we didn't date for long. One of the things I also mentioned how I assess myself when kind of assess how relationships end and the cause of it. And I know sometimes we meet assholes, we meet like people that are real assholes that kind of make your life miserable during the course of your dating, or maybe they are cheats or one thing or the other. But sometimes, most of the time, if we check well, even the people that cheat, sometimes the role you could have played was just being naive. Like even in the face of the truth, this is happening, you tell yourself no, it's not happening, then until one day a woman comes and tells you she's pregnant for your husband. So sometimes the blame, your own part may not be negative. It could just be you were too trusting, you were too loyal, or you were you gave yourself too much. Do you understand? So other things, like in my own part, I feel like this part is also my fault, is that I put myself under undue pressure. So guys, I feel like I can focus now that the makeup is done, like that's making up and talking was just not working. Okay, so I feel like I put myself under undue pressure. Like I gave myself this mark, like before 30, I wanted to get married before 30, on or before 30. So like that time I was like about 28 or 29, I can't really remember right now. And so like I said, that period he was like the most serious person that was coming my way, and I was like, wow, let's do this. So I wouldn't say I really married because I was like, this is the man of my dreams. No, it wasn't that. Or like, I found the love of my life. No, it wasn't any of that. It was just like, it is time and there is someone available, like you're hungry and there is food. Whether the food is for the gods or the food is poisoned or anything, you just feel like there is food, let me eat, that's it. And that is wrong. That is wrong. Like now that I even made this example with this food, it's kind of is becoming more real to me. Like that is, how could you just eat anything you see? It's just like you're in a relationship and you're horny, but your boyfriend or your husband is not around and you feel like, oh, that's my neighbor. No, you don't do that. You don't just get married just because you feel you've come of age. That was the biggest mistake I made. Like, you know what? Put myself under pressure. Like, nobody pressures me. I, by myself, I pressured myself. Nobody pressured me. Nobody really. Like, I was just by myself, telling myself like, babe, you go don't clock 30, you no go marry, you no go settle down. So when we make decisions, if I will take us back to when I mentioned about us blaming God so many times for our problems. Recently I saw a video of a woman that drowned her child, her 1-year-old child, and when they asked her, she said God hates her. I mean, did God send you to go and have sex with somebody and get pregnant? God did not send you that message, and I'm sure you were not raped. At least on the video you said you were not raped. God did not send you. You by yourself, you went and you got pregnant. Now you drown the innocent baby. Nobody sent you, only me by myself. I said I'm almost 30, let me get married though. That's what happened, my people. And I don't marry, I can't enter the marriage. She say, no be waiting, I think say go be you. Hey God, this I will marry person, we go they worship me. They give me love, you know what I'm saying? You know that you love me tender, you love me tender, you're my sugar, my honey, my tender love, that kind of thing. My brothers and sisters, don't be asking you. That was not what I saw. I saw you are on your own kind of love. Hey, I was lonely as, if I would use that word, guys, I was lonely. If you know me very well, A lot of people don't know me very well, but if I would just be honest, the kind of relationship I love, I'm the kind of person that this is how I see myself with my, like, the best dating experiences I've not had plenty anyway, but the ones that stood out for me are the ones that I was best friends. I don't mean like, of course, like I will have my girlfriends, my man will have his friends, but like this, we are like this. I don't want, if I say what I want to say now, some people, wherever they are, their head will be swelling up, and I don't want to. But I love when I am very close in terms of we do things together kind of relationship. That's just it. I don't know. There are people that they don't mind. This long distance relationship works for them and all those kind of things. But like, I'm the kind of person that loves to be around the person I'm with, and even if we are not together, that bond, that closeness is almost irreplaceable, and we can still connect. We can still feel it when we are apart. Not that immediately I'm not around, you move on with your life. I don't know. That's not. And I've had this kind of relationships, like, and when I was married, I wasn't abused. There was no beating, no violence, but I would say to some extent there was emotional abuse, because there were times when I was upset and unhappy, and my ex-husband didn't give a shit. He wouldn't give a shit. I know it. I have that kind of mind. Like, you won't talk to me for 3 days. Yeah. No. Even toasting, ordinary toasting, said, if you beg, they beg you. Oh, wow, God forbid. See, the idea I have about marriage, fact, I feel like if we have a fight, we should settle it that night. Then highest 1 day. Then you will carry something 3 days, 1 week. I don't want to go into all those details, Sha. See, when you find yourself being with someone you're not meant to be, like, just get ready for anything. I'm just favored and lucky, or favored and blessed, that in my case, I did not come out with any physical bruise. I did not come out with any scandal or any life-threatening story. God just helped me, and maybe because even though I knew that I was not where I was meant to be, God was with me. And of course, I was praying. I was like, God, if this is not where I'm meant to be, take me out. I'm sorry, forgive me for making mistakes, for misstepping, but if this is not where I'm meant to be, because I can't, like, there are things you shouldn't be praying for. You can't be praying for God, for your husband to love you. The love is supposed to be part of it. The love is supposed to be part of the package. That's how I see it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can pray, oh God, Father, I thank you for my husband is getting that 10 million naira contract, is landing that big job. Oh Father, I thank you, we're buying a house, we're doing this, we're building our empire. Like, those are the kind of prayer, like, together we pray against demons or works of the wicked against our lives. And like, me, do praying and fasting, kneel down, be asking God for my husband to love me. It's just weird, because I just believe love, it's just like praying for my daughter to love me. It's not like I did anything wrong and I'm praying for God to touch his heart to forgive me. It's just, you remember the time when they make jokes of maybe sisters in the Lord that are praying for a life partner, and they're already telling God, this is John I want, and maybe it's not even John that God wants to be the, so they're already limiting God. So like, it's just like praying for someone that is not even supposed to love you. It's almost like trying to recondition or realign your destiny all by yourself, something that is not meant to be. That's how it is. And that somebody was like, see, so long as I was saying you were not married. In fact, from day one, I never saw that thing you were doing was marriage. we did try, guys. I never saw that you people were married. So like, this thing, I'm not surprised. I always used to see, like, my sister, my younger sister that traveled. It's not my sister that's telling me, but this is someone that sees me like a sister. So I just see you like a sister that travels, and you're back. I didn't see you from the day when I met that guy and spoke with him. I just knew that his intentions for you were not right. About 3 people told me that, and one of them had a confirmation from his own wife. It was like, when we were introduced, like, I want to marry this young lady. When we left, he was having a discussion with his wife, and the wife was like, where did she get this fine girl from again? I hope she will not use and dump this one. I felt sorry for myself, guys. That's how I felt. I felt sorry for myself. So in the end, the summary of how everything happened. Now let me summarize this story. The summary of how everything happened was that after I moved to Abuja, that was when the gap really started being very obvious. We didn't see for like 3 months. I moved to Abuja like 2017 November. So like November ending. So I was here December. We didn't see December, January, February. I think we saw sometime in January once. Then we didn't see January, February, March. So it was around March. That was the last time we kind of were together as a couple. So the next time I didn't see him again till around March, April, May, yes, 2 months later. During that period, I already was sending messages like, you're not calling me, you're not texting me, you traveled out of Nigeria, you didn't let me know. Even if you're upset with me, is it that bad that you would travel and spend 2 weeks away and you would not reach me? You came back, I'm not even aware. You do. I was just complaining, and I was highlighting some of the things that was happening in our relationship that wasn't going down well with me. Like I felt like you don't value me, you don't do this, you don't do that. I sent text messages because you were not calling me, right? He wasn't calling me. So when you want to talk and the person doesn't want to talk, I mean, the only other way to communicate is to send message. I don't know how to bottle things up. I can't help it. So like my future husband, if you are out there, or future partner, whatever, don't expect me to bottle things up, because that means you don't want me to be myself around you. That means you don't want, like, communication is key. And you don't say you value communication except only when you're talking. But what I want to tell you, like, let's let the sleeping dog lie, let's allow the matter to die, let it rest, blah blah blah, don't bring up water, don't start what you cannot finish, because it's not. But when you want to talk, I have to listen. It doesn't make sense. That's a one-sided relationship really, and it doesn't. Two have to make it work. So apparently I heard that my text message were used as evidence against me. Anyway, so eventually after some time in May, he sent me a message and was like, let us meet. When we met, I talked the same things I brought up. I was like, these are the things. What is going on? Why are you behaving like this? Why are you showing like you're not interested? You know, you won't be around for 3 months, and then when you're back, you still spend like more time at work or with other people than at home. You won't spend time with me, you won't spend time with our baby. Like, it's like we are there but we're not there. I don't understand. And he told me this. I don't forget these words. He said, I think I prefer being alone. Marriage is not for me. I don't think marriage is for me. And if you know me very well, I don't force myself on people, ever. I can try to extend my hand of friendship, like show you that I like you, I like your personality, like we could chill, we could hang out, we could be friends. But the moment you show me like I'm not interested, I will stay away from you. I don't know how to force myself on people. It's not in my nature. I wasn't raised like that. I was raised in a way that I am valued. My family loves me. My father loves me. My father loved me before he died. He was like, I used to like, God, I need a man that will love me as much as my father, if not more. Because when you marry, you become your husband's #1 priority before your family. Yeah, so if he's a good husband, that's what he should be. So, so they should take over from where your family left. So I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. So when he told me that, I just told myself, well, that means in this bus, I'm going to Abuja and you're going to Lagos. I didn't beg. I didn't beg, because I gave my everything in that relationship. I gave my all, my time, my knowledge, my resources. Like, I was running your business that I thought was our business, which he cut me off after everything. Like, I gave my all. I was loyal, I was faithful. Like, I will brag about that. Like, I was all that. Like, oh my God. See, let me tell you, when they say, you can be, what's the word? What's that description? Like you can be diamond. Let me use diamond. You can be diamond. But if they package you, wrap you in a gift and send it to the wrong person, to someone that doesn't know the value of diamond, to someone that doesn't know the value, like your worth and everything, they can use the diamond to be blending pepper, turn it to grinding stone. Yes, it will turn you to grinding stone, like you will be worthless. But if they can package you and send you to someone that knows the value of diamond, oh my God, like they will place you where you belong. So I'm diamond. I just found myself in the wrong hands. Yes, that is what happened. I just found myself in the wrong hands because, like, he didn't know my value. Like, I am so confident in myself. I'm so confident, like, any man that finds me found a good thing. Yes. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I could have my, like, some people have issue with my, you can't take away my confidence. So, so that one, men that are egotistical, that like to shut women down, like, you may not like me, but I'm gold, I'm diamonds. So I found myself in the wrong hands, and that's why when he said what he said, he told me he thinks marriage is not for him, he thinks he prefers being alone. I didn't even have anything else to say. I didn't have anything else to contribute. I didn't even I was like, wow, okay, I guess like there's really nothing for us to discuss. So my only plea is that you be in your child's life, be in her life. I don't want her growing up not knowing who her father is, or growing up and feeling like her father doesn't love her. That was the only thing I asked of. So that is it. That is what happens. That is why I'm single today. And honestly, I'm very happy right now. I'm very, very happy as a single woman. And peradventure, I find myself in a relationship in the future. I definitely look forward to something great, because having had this experience, like, I'm not even ready to accommodate rubbish. Done, been there, done that. Like, so that is really it. I don't know, those of you that are already married, you know what it is like when you are in an unhappy situation. If you are bold enough to walk it, because the truth is, being single is not easy, and that's why a lot of people stay. A lot of people stay because they know the bills, the being alone, the loneliness, whatever it is that comes with single, and they are not ready for it, so they just stay. They just stay, and just like so many people are unhappy in their marriages. And for me, anything that compromises my faith and takes away my peace of mind is not worth it. Like, I want to buy a car, but I don't have the money. Now, stealing, prostitution, anything that is not legal, anything that is not moral that I do to get a car is going to take away my peace of mind. So I can't do it. That's just an example of what I do. So you're in marriage, but like, I'm with you, but I'm lonely. It's taking away my peace of mind. You give me reasons to doubt your faithfulness, your loyalty. That's taking away my peace of mind. You don't value me, you don't place the things that I love, the things that I desire, you don't make it a priority. Even if you don't have money, but I encourage me and say, baby, don't worry, as soon as money comes, I'm going to do it for you. And I don't mean just talking. You say it and you mean it. And I know you for someone that if you say something, you actually do it. So I believe in your words and all that. You know, you're taking away my peace of mind. And, you know, like, if you're stingy, you're taking away my peace of mind. So I don't like stingy people. Women, we don't like stingy people. Jesus Christ. This is a video for another day. So anything that compromises my faith and my peace of mind. I didn't even mention how this thing affects my daughter. Anything that affects my daughter negatively also takes away my peace of mind. So I just felt like whatever we were building was not good enough for her to grow up in. So it wasn't okay as well. So in the end, that is just my story, guys. So thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe for more videos, guys. If you have video ideas you want me to make, please leave it in the comment section. If you have questions, you know, like to ask based on this, maybe based on my experience, what I've learned so far and stuff like that, leave them in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video. That will be all. Thank you so much, and see you next time.